to Bad Larry.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Jed McKay and Ryan Stegman / Nito Diaz 2025 X-Men series. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and I'm loving some of these variant covers, especially that Cyclops costume cover. When did he wear that yellow hat? What series was that? Y'all let me know in the comments down below. This issue, number 16, is titled X-Men. And it's an Easter egg hunt. This main cover depicts the fake wannabe X-Men, which is the point. These imposters want to be the X-Men, so making them the cover is appropriate. On the right, we see a red X over Kid Omega. Are we just assuming he's dead? The last two issues, we saw the X-Men searching for him after the crash, but is McKay just letting us know that Kid Omega is dead now? And there's no coming backsies anymore like in Krakoa. So we will just have to wait and see if that's it for Kid Omega. Before these fake X-Men attacked our real X-Men team, they were given a little pep talk by Wire here in the 3K headquarters. The main guy for this new group is called Schwarzschild, and it's a real nerd concept. In real math or physics, a Schwarzschild radius is defined as the distance from the center of a non-rotating black hole to the event horizon. It depends only on the mass of the object that creates a black hole. So, the black object attached to those two metal tentacles above him is a black hole, and thus his power set is going to be connected to controlling the mass of things or gravity. Anyway, he's complaining about having a robot arm. We learn that he was a no-name goon that battled the X-Men back in issue number 1, in which magic cut his arm off. So McKay saved this guy for 15 issues to bring him back as this character, Schwarzschild. That is some serious character planning and storytelling. And it is one of the Easter eggs, a moment from an X-Men number 1 issue coming full circle in this issue. Man, this issue is chock full of clarification information. We learn Wire is indeed not a mutant or mutate, which was a question of mine from when he was introduced a few issues ago. However, this chick with the Sub-Zero mask uses the term flat scan, which is a derogatory term used for humans. It was first used by Fabian Cortez way back in X-Men volume number 2, issue number 1, the Jim Lee X-Men, back in 1991. This is another example of something from an X-Men issue number 1 issue from the past being used in this issue, another Easter egg. I love these pages. New characters next to their names, very cool. We already covered the oddly named Schwarzschild, showing us that McKay is a big brain guy, but a name that also needs some clarity is this rock lady named Galatia. Again, showing that McKay is a super smart, big brain, well-read intellectual. Galatia is Greek for, quote, she who is milk white, end quote. And there is a real ancient Greek statue of Galatia located in a museum in Baltimore. So her name now makes sense, a lady who is stone. But Stegman or Nito Diaz, actually the colorist who made her here, should have made her more alabaster, but we get it. It's a stone lady. And the fella in the back in the yellow jumpsuit and the helmet with the red X on his head, Psychovore, that's an actual thing as well. It's defined as a creature that eats emotions, psychic energies, and mental nutrients. And these imposters are calling themselves the X-Men, not for Charles Xavier or for the cause of human-mutant relations, but more for marketing purposes, really. They know the X-Men are really well known and they want to take over that mantle. Cyclops tells them, buddy, I don't think so. Y'all are some fraudulent ass imposters and y'all better get to stepping. One quick thing about this image of Cyclops, he is too old looking here. Compared to issue number 1, where he's looking like he was 25, this image makes him look like he's 35. Even a few panels later, Nito Diaz makes him look back to 25. There needs to be more consistency here with these age representations. Somehow Cyclops is aware of these clowns and their names, the Santo Marco Six. How does he have this intel? I don't know. He's Cyclops. That's all I can say. There is a place in Marvel 616 called the Republic of Santo Marco, a fake island nation, kind of like how they made Genosha an island nation back in the day. And I wonder if these imposters are from this place. It has to be, right? Impatient Magic and Juggernaut launch an attack without command, like they do. I like how Magic says she wants to get Schwarzschild's other arm. She's so heavy metal. Cyclops is still big picture guy, though. He knows the giant monster he is calling the Twin is still on the loose, heading for the town to smash it up. You can see the sheer size of this monster being manipulated and controlled by that bitch Cassandra Nova. I'm calling it a monster, but truthfully, it is the unnamed 13-year-old twin mutant of Piper Cobb that is maneuvering this monster around with her special organic manipulation mutant powers. Cyclops is now fighting and organizing, calling back to base to tell Beast that they are now going to have to deal with the big monster while he and the X-Men fight these fake X-Men. I like the subtle art edition of the handheld communication device. Now that Kid Omega is gone or dead, they don't have that telepathic link anymore, so the team is now forced to use technology for comms instead. Everyone likes to see a come up, especially when it comes to big name characters. Beast is getting an injection ready for Magneto. Beast created some sort of experimental treatment to offset the effects of RLDS, which Magneto is suffering from. But Magneto says, F it. Shoot it in me, Beast. Risk it for the biscuit, because it's time to flex on those hoes once again. Let them know Magneto is back, baby, even if it's for a limited time only. Wow, we really had to wait for that splash page. I love team versus team battle scenes. Cyclops takes a shot at juice, which goes right through him because, he's made of orange juice. Weird power set. I wonder why he's so chubby then if he's all juiced up. But Cyclops is double teamed and knocked down by the speedster Lady Time Bomb. I really don't like this image. Cyclops down with this lady over him like some stepmother with the pointy finger. But don't fret, Cyclops has dealt with speedsters before. It's not a new power set he's not ready for. On a side note, why does she have little red pockets? As a speedster, shouldn't she be as aerodynamic as possible? These pockets seem ridiculous for her. Time Bomb is talking mad trash to a very dangerous lady, calling Psylocke a backup unit, a bench warmer basically, not good enough. And Psylocke says, well, let's get it on then, bitch. Schwarzschild is all about revenge for getting his arm cut off by Magic. And we see him toy with Magic using his gravity or mass manipulation powers, sending Magic flying. This is an actually cool power set. We've seen it though. We've seen it before though with the Power Pack kids. Jack Power has a similar ability and goes by the name Mass Master. Look it up. How do these fraud X-Men have maneuvers already? They've barely known each other, I'm sure, but whatever. Schwarzschild sends Galatia way up in the sky, and we all know what goes up must come down. And what an impact it is. This Stone Lady Galatia is pretty tough to withstand this impact with Juggernaut. The real X-Men are fighting too much one-on-one and not as a team, when the fake X-Men are fighting more as a team. Psylocke is able to read Time Bomb's mind, blocking all of her attacks, but it was just a distraction while Psycho Vor sneaks up behind Psylocke and launches his attack, eating up Psylocke's energies, which makes Time Bomb think that she can take out Psylocke now. But like I said before, Cyclops has dealt with speedsters and knocks Time Bomb right the fuck out with a blast to the back. One punch ain't gonna keep Cyclops down. But our team keeps trying to go 1v1 with these imposters when the frauds are trying at least to go 2v1. And here Galatia calls in support from Juice. Juice is weird, man. He's gonna try and drown Juggernaut with his orange juice power when Temper finally shows up to even up the fight. Temper freezes up the juice and Juggernaut busts loose with a sweet headbutt against Galatia. Looks like he knocked her the F out as well. Well, at least temporarily. We really haven't seen this bozo much yet. Constellation with the crazy purple energy hair and a cosmic energy power set. He has the nerve to call our mutants dinosaurs. But Temper is no joke. She says, nah, we ain't dinosaurs. I'm the mother effing meteor, bitch. And uses the vast amount of ice to turn into a giant wall of fire engulfing Constellation. Old boy looks a little scared, don't you think? Cyclops is less than impressed with his team's performance right now and calls for a regroup. Like any good team, a huddle is necessary to reset and figure out the next play. I like this panel. The real X-Men side by side with the imposter X-Men. It's all about the real Slim Shady. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. We have a situation. Natural born mutants or scientifically modified mutates. Who is the real next step of evolution of humanity? Here, Schwarzschild is saying it is his group, and he was testing themselves out against the X-Men and feel they, the imposters, should be the X-Men now. I doubt this is going to go over very well at all for these clowns. Meanwhile, Beast and Magneto are working together on a plan to battle the giant monster mutant twin. One thing I don't like is that Beast doesn't like to call Glob by his mutant name. I mean, it's his own name he gave himself. I think it's kind of rude. Beast won't honor that request. We see Magneto is really working hard at controlling this giant robot sentinel that he and Cyclops just left like a relic standing in the town square. There's no time like the present to not only move this thing for safety reasons, but also use it to fight the giant monster mutant twin. This is very cool, using a machine that was created and used to hunt and kill mutants to be used now as a tool to help serve the mutants and save the town. What an epic image! The giant sentinel, so well detailed, versus the very toothy monster mutant, both towering over the town. Excellent art here by Nito Diaz. Wow, McKay and Diaz really knocked it out of the park with this issue. I'm always looking forward to the next one with this series, and I'm excited for the direction that it's going in. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more X-Men and other series on this channel. Peace.